Hi there, and welcome back. Welcome back to another lesson here where we go up the chakra system and are now in the solar plexus. So, this solar plexus is literally and non literally just above the belly button. Think about it about 3 or 4 fingers just above, mostly 3. And the solar plexus archetype energy master is all about honoring oneself. This is by far the most felt, the most visceral imbalance that we notice and feel right away. We actually avoid this feeling the most, which only produces the imbalance even more. Okay, so if the archetypal energy is honoring oneself, then what is the faulty negative belief system that is obstructing and imbalancing this masterful energy? And that's the energy and the thought of, I am not worthy. I'm not worthy of God's gifts. I'm not worthy of God's love. I am simply not worthy. And when we buy into this belief, we hold ourselves back. We cover up desires. We cover up creativity. We cover up intuition, so much so that we lose our sense of self. This is the first energy center where we're no longer thinking of others. We're no longer thinking of our connection to our tribe. This is the first time where we start to pave our own path. This is where we let go of the code of ethics that relate to the world, that relate to our perceptions of the world, that relate to our community, that relate to our culture. We are starting to almost like rebel against the external world code of ethics. And we're starting to investigate, what is our code of ethics? Who am I? What do I want to share? What do I want to offer? Who am I? Right? This energy and this chakra system, this chakra of the solar plexus is associated with the element of fire, right? This is that energy of transformation, of taking what we've always known, putting it through the ring of fire, and if it withstands the ring of fire, then it is for us. It is for me. It is within my code of ethics, right? But can you see, if you have imbalances in feeling connected, right? Feeling safe, then feeling safe with being carriers of creation, being safe with our sensuality, our creativity, then the ability to decipher who we are outside of our tribe can never come to be if we don't become a part of our tribe to begin with, right? If we don't establish a sense of safety on earth, a sense of safety in God, then how can we ever start to walk the plank in finding a sense of safety within self, within I, right? And this element is literally, it's the last chakra before we move into the very non-literal element of the universe. This is the last earthly type of element, right? We started at earth, then we moved into water, and now we're at fire. So this is almost like, if you think about a boat, you know how they had the planks and you're like walking off the plank. You're at the end of the plank right now. You're choosing, do I trust that this plank is for me? Do I trust that this plank is something that I am born to share? Is there something on this plank that I've gathered and that I've learned that I'm now ready to leap off the plank and fall into trust and love as we move up into the heart chakra? So if you've noticed the following signs, then you are very much in balance. in this chakra system, particularly the solar plexus. And that is self-victimization. Feeling like so much shit has happened to you, and because of your past, you can't trust yourself. You don't know who you are. Like, you're stuck in all the stuff that's happened to you, all the reasons for why you're powerless, all the reasons for why, you're choosing to not step out into your own and find your own sense of self. Another sign and another symptom that this chakra is imbalanced is if you're constantly sabotaging yourself, right? So this is like saying you can't pursue something, saying that you can't have something because of that feeling of unworthiness at the root. You feel unworthy, and so you subconsciously or consciously sabotage yourself. And then you fall into the self-victimization to say, well, it's all of these things that I've learned, that's why I repeat them in my life. So there's an imbalance, a lack of finding a personal ethics and code of ethics to hold yourself accountable. This is the energy center of self-actualization. This is the energy center of self-accountability, accountability. This is where I say, okay, enough with the melodrama, enough with the self-victimization, enough with the self-sabotage, enough with anger and shame. Let me honor this divine plan that was set for me. Let me honor these circumstances and these situations that have happened to me. Let me put them through the ring of fire. And what meaning, what value, what lessons can I extract from this, perceived self-victimization? They put them through the ring of fire and see what sticks. That is your code of ethics right there. That is how you define and decide what your code of ethics is. You take what has happened to you and for you, put it through that ring of fire and see what withstands that ring of fire. That is your sense of self. That is your code of ethics, right? So that energy center is really working on the faulty belief that I am not worthy. I'm not worthy of God's love. I'm not worthy of God's gifts. I am not worthy. All right. Some other elements to honor this place is honoring oneself is almost creating a sense of independence in your interpersonal relationships, in particular your romantic. Usually we feel jealousy, we feel anger in our stomach, or sadness or frustration, or the inability to let go of something, of a pain, of something that's happened to us. We feel it in our stomach. It feels like a knot. Our relationships with others are really a mirror of a relationship with ourselves, right? So when we feel anger, when we feel shame, when we feel resentment, when we feel self-victimization, when we're relating to others, that's a sure sign that we have yet to be accountable for certain elements, certain stories, and certain belief systems happening at a subconscious level. So let me bring this down a little bit. If you're thinking of a memory and it makes you feel a knot in your stomach, whether it's first the feeling of anger, then victimization, then sadness, then you have yet to put that memory, that experience through the ring of fire, meaning sitting with it, looking at it, letting it kind of go through your consciousness, through your thought process, and extracting the meaning and the value to then assign it to your code of ethics, right? These could be experiences that happen with your family, with your, ex-partners. This is how you transform things that you believe have happened to you in a really shitty way and transform them into lessons that have happened for you to empower you, to help you honor yourself, okay? So we're really working here with the faulty belief system of I am not worthy. Okay. These first three circles, these first three chakras are crucial that you take your time and really digest them before you move into the next four. Okay, so in today's guidebook, I'm going to share some practical steps and guides and questions to really support you in integrating and balancing this chakra. Bye for now.